Hey there, lads and lasses. This is, of course, Thunderhands64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States here on a Friday morning. It is a little bit past 11. That can only mean that it's time for some Generations. What? Yeah. So normally we stream Buffooncraft SMP Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Yes, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. However, Buffooncraft is on hiatus right now. Season 5 ended a week or two ago, and so I've been filling the Buffooncraft slot with Generations for the last 2 Fridays. But I am very, very excited to announce that Buffooncraft Season 6 will launch Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will stream that on that day. And then from there on out, the Friday 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Stream slot will be, again, will feature Buffooncraft SMP from there on out. So we are super excited. The Buffoons and I are going nuts over this. And so Buffooncraft Season 6 is going to be a wonder to behold. Our first day on Sunday is going to be in the server, just us just logging on and just interacting and doing goofy stuff. I don't think there are any particular events planned as far as lore or anything is concerned on those days. There may be a little introduction to some of that stuff, but for the most part, it'll just be us logging on and goofing around with each other and doing some early game stuff. Punching trees, getting iron, exploring the landscape, that kind of early game stuff that we love so much. So please, if you can, make sure that you tune in for that. Several of the Buffoons will be streaming that. We're going to try to set it up to the best of our ability where we could do a rolling stream raid kind of thing where we can spread out our streams so we're not all streaming simultaneously all at the same time. That'll give people in different time zones ample opportunity. The Buffoons, so we can stream with each other and be on the server together so we can get the multiplayer experience. And also so the viewers, we can accommodate the viewers as well. So today, Generations. So this past stream on Wednesday, we were on the Generation 5 Survival World. And so today we will be in Baby Zombie Rush. Let's switch right over to the display scene. Let's do that. There it is. Yeah, okay. Good, you can see. So when last we left off, we were working on this particular dead end feature. We were doing a little bit of redstone here. And we're having a feature where the player being pursued by bloodthirsty baby zombies comes rounding this corner in this particular part of the maze. And so, oh no, what am I going to do here? Has the trying to juke baby zombies, and then has the option. This of course will be blocked up. Presses the button, and also on the other side, these will open up, and dispensers will fire arrows. So what I'm thinking of is maybe beneficial and detrimental. So maybe this one, I will focus on the beneficial, and I'll have arrows, tipped arrows of healing, which should help the player and harm the baby zombies. But we only want to help the player a little bit, and we only want to harm the baby zombies a little bit, right? And so that's what we're thinking. And so I'm thinking on having these shooting out arrows here for a certain amount of time. The cool thing about this is all the player sees is this opens up and it starts shooting arrows. And so the player, oh my God, I'm being hit with arrows. And they don't immediately realize that they're beneficial, right? And so that's the funny part of this, right? Something I have to test though, and that is, I think even tipped arrows of healing, if enough of them hit you, they will still kill you. I think that's the case. And vice versa, the arrows of harm are supposed to help the baby zombies, but I think if they get hit enough by them, it'll actually harm them and it'll kill them. So I need to test that. So let's come out here and let's build a little test thing, and we need to test the effects and make certain that this is going to work the way that we need it to work. Let's see. Let's do this. And let's set some of this stuff up like this. Maybe we've got 4 of those. Do we have a dispenser right there and right there? Okay, that'll be at about that height, I think, right? Wrong area of the maze. 1, 2. It'll actually be... Actually be 2.5 high. So it will be like this. And testing-wise, this might be a little problematic. It'll be something like that. Slab. Like this. Come on, just stone slab, please. Please. Right there. It's right there in front of me. Don't know why. Hello, Mushi. I don't know why I can't see it there, but nevertheless. Okay, so we'll be dealing with that kind of height arrangement. Like this. Okay, so also like that. Let's build out some of this like this. There we go. You got to protect the baby zombies from the sunlight, right? I'm wondering if it's actually going to hit them. If it's too high off the floor. Because we have this kind of a situation here. Technically, it's like this. It's that kind of a thing. Now, is a baby zombie going to be too short for that? Will it pass harmlessly right over the baby zombie's head? So let's take some measurements here. He, her, san, si, u, liu, qi, ba, jiu, shi, shi, yi, shi, shi, san, shi, shi, u, shi, liu. So 19 blocks maybe out to the wall? Okay. Liu, qi, ba, jiu, shi, shi. 12、13、14、15、16、17、18、19. Right there. And you know what? I can see that I've already built this in a wrong spot. It's just a test. I could test it right there in the location, but when I start tearing apart blocks there too much, I have to start rebuilding too much, and, you know, I'd rather just test it outside here. Besides, it's not like we're in a hurry or anything, are we? The boss says it's okay. Let's get this out of here, and we'll move it outward a little bit. Okay, let's get this well out of the way. Let's put it like right here. Let's do that. here, sans, like this. Now, normally I would just use the fill command on here, but it's kind of weird filling the slabs with top slab, bottom slab. There's a block identity that you can put in there that will specify top slab or bottom slab, and I think it's bottom slab by default. I'm not sure, but I don't feel like messing with it. And it's a pretty short track, so it's not a big deal. But I guess I could have used the air command to at least knock out the full-size blocks, right? Whatever. The boss says it's okay. All right, so we've got this kind of a deal right here, and let's do this. And while we're at it, let's do that. I believe it's going to do something similar to that. And technically, this is still one block back, I suppose, right? So it's really a little more like that. Okay, and let's do something like this. Let's just use some crappy fence posts here. And we'll keep the zomboids in. All right. That should do. I think these guys will be fine. I don't think they can get out. There's this kind of deal where they can jump up on the edge here, but I think they'll be fine. Let's do this. 77. Got it. Right there is the approximate height. So I will put one of those right there. And I will put another right here. And then we'll use fill command on this. And we could just use the Minecraft creator mode fill command for that. This is easy enough. Should be easy enough. Should be. Yeah, that's where I want that. There it is. Done. Okay, let's do this. And let us make a little area right in there in which we can spawn baby zombies. In fact, you know what? It'll probably make visibility a little bit betterer. If we do that. Okay, that's better. Maybe it'll protect the parent zombie, full-sized adult zombie, whatever, from the arrows. Let's see. So, zombie. Here we go. And so the way to spawn the baby zombies, of course, is to have the adult zombie right there, and in the same block, like this, right? And then baby zombie can run around, and he's going to be fine. He'll be fine, trust me. He'll be just fine. All right, let's do something like this. Let's put in some substrate right in here. All right, this should be good enough. Maybe a couple of repeaters into it like this. I'm also thinking what? I could probably make this a little bit more efficient, but let's just slap something together here. Something like... Oh yeah, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to do something like... No. Something like that. And then you guys can probably see where I'm going with this. Something like this. This is a really clunky circuit, but it's just for testing purposes. Let's get piston like this. Like that. And let's see. Good. Because I'm wondering if this is going to hit these guys at all. If not, we've got a problem. All right. Let's try this. Here we go. So let's have it instant damage 1. Let's do that. And let's just put a stack in each one of these. Like this. And if I'm not mistaken, we may have to do something like that. Maybe. Yeah. And if I just do a lever on this, I think the lever should be enough to power both of these blocks. No, it's not. It just does one. And these are also too far back, right? So... There, that's what I want. Yeah, these are already in the retracted positions. All right, let's just do it the odd way. You know what I'm saying? There it is. And there that is. Okay, that should do it, right? Excuse me. Oh, let's get some redstone. I think this will power both of these blocks of both of these, but just in case, right? We'll just put that like that. Just to be sure. Okay, let's see what happens here now. Okay, so this is telling us a couple of things. It's showing us where the danger zone is. Kenny Loggins and Archer fans will should appreciate that. But this is pretty much where the danger zone is. Now, is there a way to get the arrows to launch further? I don't think so. I think this is pretty much it. But this is okay. Yeah, we don't need that on top of those. This is fine. Also, yeah, we determined, right? That would need that. Okay. So yeah, that's what happens there. I don't think it slaughtered any of the baby zombies though. So let us do something. I don't think can these dudes run under this? I don't think that they can. There we go. Okay. Now, my idea is that if I trap these guys here, it'll hit them multiple times with the harm arrows, and I want to see if it kills them. So. Oh, they're still out of reach, though, huh? Because they're just off to the sides. So I need to trap a dude, one of the little baby zombie dudes, like right here. That's pretty easy to do. All right, let's do this. That's right. Come, move over. There you go. Let's do that. Now, I don't mind them being off to the sides and stuff. That's going to be just fine. That's going to be fine. So we don't want to kill the baby zombies. Not yet. And the idea is that while we're using the harm arrows, it'll help some of the baby zombies, but not all of them, right? And also, I want to give the player a chance to run to the sides to avoid getting hit so they can escape, right? But at the same time, remember, sometimes there's some soul sand trapped under these, right? Why are you guys so fixated on that? Come on, out of here. Come on. I don't want you to... No. This is a no. This is a no-no. There. Okay. Right. Down you go. Come on. Maybe. And I'm just spitballing here. Maybe if I do this. All right, let's do something like... Oh, I don't know if I want to go quite that far. Because I don't think the arrows will make it over. But let's try something like that. All right, let's try this. All right, and I'll do something like this. And if I get them all down here. Yeah, you know, I don't think that they're dying. This is good. And that's kind of what I wanted to prove there. Let's do that. Let's get them a little closer. This was a little problematic, right? But I won't need this. If I go into survival mode right down there, they'll stay put, right? Let's collect the arrows so they're not a distraction. There we go. Let's do this. And we'll put those right there. We'll put those right there, and then we should be good. Like this. We'll do that. This will bring them right down here. There we go. So I don't think it's killing them, which is a good thing. I think they're doing good. Now, if we... Oh, I forgot about that. Thunder! Okay, good. I think we're good here. Now, if we put the arrows of healing in there. This is what I'm thinking. now. Oh, no. What am I doing? I'm just trying to clear the inventory. Thunder, please. There. Okay, let's do this. Bye-bye. All right, so the healing arrows should kill these dudes. Big time. But they should not kill me. So let's do this. Yeah, okay. And the good thing is, you know what? It's not killing them instantly. They're able to take a few hits. Now, similarly with me, I should be okay here. Yeah, let's... Oh, I think I was... Was I getting hit by zombies? I don't think so. Let's get back over here. Now that the baby zombies are out of there, let's try this. All right, so even though I'm getting hit with arrows, but you can... Yeah, my health isn't going down. Well, my hunger is a little bit, but... Okay, this is the exact effect that I wanted. And of course, you know what's coming up, right? You know what's coming up. Okay, that pretty much confirmed everything I would ever have to know for this. So I think we're good in all respects. Look, it's still going too. Kind of sucks that the arrows... Well, I guess the arrows will eventually despawn, right? Yeah, it's not quite like the tridents. But... I think it's good enough. The thing I like the most is if you don't recognize the particles right away, you're not going to understand whether they're harming or healing. You're just going to run because of arrows, which is funny. The other thing I'm considering is just dumping a barrage of arrows all at once. Just kaboom, right? And redstone-wise, I think there's a trick to doing that. Like, I think there's a way to like load multiple crossbows and you can just fire them all at once and you can do like a whole stack of arrows. As far as like a dispenser or some sort of redstone machine that does that though, not sure. Not sure. Yeah, I can't quite remember. I'll have to look into that. Because it would be kind of cool if it opened up and then boom, right? I'm just thinking this is kind of slow, right? So it's kind of slow to open and then start firing. Because, and if you're thinking, you know, they're going to come running around here. Oh my God, baby zombies, baby zombies. Let's hit. There we go. Okay. They'll come running around here. Oh my God, baby zombies, baby zombies. I'll hit that. Oh, whoa, 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 like this. And then it starts shooting. That's pretty quick. Because they might linger to wait for something to open, and they might try to juke the baby zombies while they're waiting for something to happen. And then they say, oh my God, arrows, I gotta run, Right? So I think we're good. Actually. I think we're good. Okay, so you guys can see where we have the circuit that opens at least that part of the door. So we need to complete that. So you can see where, right, this block gets pulled out of the way, and then this pulls the block over from the side. It might be more beneficial and save more space to have it pull the initial block upward. So I'm thinking, let me show you what I'm thinking here. Come on. Let me do the thing. Please. Like this. Oh, actually, this has to be one more. I don't know. This might be a little too tall. So I'm thinking maybe something like that. So it'll pull it up out of the way. This will pull this up out of the way. But now it's a little too tall. And again, I can't have anything sticking out above the wall here. But actually that can't happen, can it? Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's got to pull it out from there, Thunder. So it has to be horizontal. Unless I want to put an extra step in, and I don't. So yeah, it does have to be vertical. Let's delete that from the VOD. You didn't see that happen. There we go. Okay, so we have to have that one. And then like this. So it's going to pull them out from both sides. Problem, though, is this over here. This might be a little problematic, but I don't know. The way I have it set up, maybe I'm good. Like this. Okay, now this is going to be tricky. This is going to be a little tricky. Because we need to have this happen. We need... And now, look, it may seem like we have a lot of space here, but we actually don't. And to try to fit this in here in a way that's going to work. I can see you guys can see why I was trying to go vertical with some of this. Because this space is going to get used up quick. We need 2 circuits, really. These 2 pistons need to be engaged first. These 2 right here, and then those 2 need to follow. So these 2 need to pull these back out of the way first, and then these 2 will need to reach in and grab those blocks and pull those out of the way. And so I need to carry this button signal, this first one, from here over to here. That's going to suck. I'll tell you that right now. This one won't be so bad. I think I can carry this one over the top here. But the other thing I'm thinking of too is activating these 2 from above. Also, I don't know. Let me check this out. Where is? Let me try something like this. I want to try something out here. Dispenser. Like this. String, we'll do this. We'll do this. Come over here like that and that. There we go. And then we'll do a similar thing. I think I could just... Right, so I don't need anything between these 2. And the good thing about this is it doesn't activate these on the sides, so that's a good thing. So this is a simple kind of circuit to build, although it is a little bit big. So we're going to have that kind of a deal there. And you can see where we're quickly running out of space here. Right, so this first circuit has to come over here and activate these 2 right here. The second circuit has to open up this and this and pull those out of the way. And then we have a third circuit that has to engage this into these to fire the arrows. And all of that has to happen very, very fast. And there have to be clocks involved. And then it has to happen in reverse to close it after. That's a lot of circuitry, people. That is a lot of circuitry. Like we may have to... The cool thing is this one's on an outer wall, so I can break out this way if I need to. And that's part of having this outer wall area. This is specifically for redstone, so I can do that. If I can't, I would like to fit it all right in here if I can. One thing I want to test here. Get all of that out of there. Okay, and you know, one thing that's kind of problematic is if you have an observer like this, right? This, when you put a redstone signal button into this block, it doesn't update the block, so the observer doesn't see it, right? So the that would be a little bit quicker, actually, if that were the case. Like... But every time you add another observer, I think you lose a little bit of speed. What I'm trying to do is that, and repeat. Repeater, like this. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a repeater. It could be a piece of redstone, anything that will update afterwards, right? So, see, that's pretty quick, even though it's a double pulse. See how fast that pulse goes in there? That's like, that's reading that as fast as it possibly can, kind of thing. So... And there's a couple of different ways that you can use this, too, to save space. For example, you can... I think this is the way I want to do it. You can set it up that way, too, right? See how fast it works, right? And really, anything... here we'll do this, like if you put you could put a trap door here, although it's a little noisy, right? You could do all kinds of things here, right? Or, let me see. There it is, still in my hand. See, the thing is, these all have a double pulse. The only thing that doesn't give a double pulse, well, it's not the only thing. There are some things that can do a single pulse, like... For example, even though it does take a little bit of time to do. Is when you do something. Let me do that. Like this, and there's a little trick I use in here sometimes. It's good because it only does one state. For example, if I do that just for now, so I can place, what am I looking for? Observer, thank you. Like that. Let's get this out of here. Let's put some glass in there so you can see. Like this, right? There's some water in here, right? And then if you see, you can do this. See how it only gives one pulse through because of the water, and then if you click it again, right? So it works in either state. That kind of thing is very, very handy. Also, we can lower this down too, I think, by one more block. And I think I could do that. There is a risk of waterlogging this slab, but you could do something like this for the output, right? And it lowers it down. And the idea of lowering it down is it gives you a little bit more room. Like this, right? And then when you... Do we have the water? There it is. See, it gives you your one pulse out. Right? And then when you hit it again, if you come back this way, it still works, right? Because even taking water away updates that block, right? So there's something like, you can always do something like that. That's like my super crude way of doing that. And what I'm thinking is using that to run a rail down here, because the rails are really fast. I think sometimes they're faster than redstone wire. But I'm also trying to think of a clock too. So I'm trying to think of a place where I can put a clock, and it may be either on the other side of this wall or it may be down in here. But now I don't think I'm going to have any features right in here, so I think I'm all right. But I'll have this activate the clock. It'll start the clock going and send the pulse through and activate all of this. But the problem with this kind of thing is, again, there's an order in which these have to go, and the order is different opening it than it is closing it. So you need two circuits. So something like this that seems like it's pretty easy to do is actually kind of tricky. At least it is for me. Because then you have to reverse afterwards, right? That's sideways. You could also have these blocks being drawn up too, which might save space in some instances, but take up space afterwards. So again, there'll be two blocks like this, for example. Okay, and for now, maybe we'll just use these. Right, it's kind of funny. But we'll use these, right? And so these blocks have to be pulled back, and then these blocks have to be pulled over, right? Now you could do a similar thing here, maybe, right? Where, no, actually we can't, huh? These blocks would have to be pulled back, and then these blocks would need to be pulled up, but then we wouldn't be able to hide the pistons, huh? Yeah, so it has to be horizontal. And again, we'll disguise these later, but this just kind of helps, right? So also having this be up against here might cause some problems with these, right? But let's try it. Let's just see what happens. The good thing about rails is I don't think the rail will power that piston. Yeah, it doesn't. Good eat. But also it takes up the space away from this piston. I could find some way to turn the rail, but I'm going to lose a tick when I do that, right? So I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. In other words, I'm going to add more time to it. It's going to be slower, right? So I don't know. Maybe... Yeah. Maybe I will just have to come out here on the side like this. Which for this part is not too big of a deal. So let's just pull out the wall here, right? If I do something like... You know what I could do? But I lose the height, though. I could do that. The other thing I could do is I could do this. Hold on. Let me see. Red. Stone. Okay. Good. There we go. Could do that. We could do this. That's pretty fast. I mean, that's... And then I think you guys can see where here we could put the observer right there, right? And we could move the rails over. Like this kind of a deal, right? And so you get that happening. Let's view it from here. See how it sends the single pulse through? Like that. Right? It saves us a little space. So, I mean, you could do something like that. That you probably wouldn't need because we'd be able to see it from above. But you could do that, and if we needed more room, we could always push this over and just flip this around on its side. Right? We could also, in other words, we could also do something like this. Right? And you could bring these like... You could do something like that. See how it'll send it down there. All right, so there's a lot of ways to do this. But let's see how we need the... How we need to... Oh, behave. Let's see that. How am I doing for time here? We're already at noon. I guess I should switch to standing mode here at this point. Here we go. All right. So what do I do now? Do I build a big old clock here? Well, let's start. This circuit is pretty much into place. I might get away with just being able to use one of these in a way that would fire both of those, but I think I'm going to have to come up above this to get these. And this I might... I'm wondering if I should do this kind of thing. And I'm thinking a piston to push that down and retract it like this, but we're getting pretty tall with that. Guys, we're getting pretty tall. Yeah, see how it pushes the blocks over. Oh, that's adorable. I'm gonna just push this one right out through the... Now see if now I need something to activate this. This will push and pull that, which will push and pull that, right? So there's that way of thinking about that. But you could put... Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, we could try something like this. Hold on. Now, I'm thinking we put a delay on there. And this is going to be a pain in the butt until we get it working. So let's stop doing that. I'm thinking, what if... Dude, I'm just spitballing here. Oh, what if... Can I make this a dot? No, it won't. Because I want it to power this as well. But maybe I can use a target block for that, right? Really, hands? Come on. Come on, man. Not tart. I'll put a tot right there. Family-friendly stream. Let's do that. And this will delay this, right? Now, I'm not sure how big of a delay I need on that. I'm going to start at a huge delay, like 4, and then I'll bring it down. Now I'm going to need symmetry on these sides. So same thing over here. So we'll do that, and we'll bring this like this. All right, and I think you guys can see where I'm going with this, right? Power will go into this, and it will hit here and here. But it's gotta be super quick. And I'm just wondering if I can do something like this. And then let's see what happens here. You know, that's not bad. So for testing purposes, let's try something like pretty good. Pretty good. Now, the thing is, how do we get that to work in reverse with the second? And I also think, oh, right to there. No, I need that there. Okay, but after this, though, I can do this. I can do this kind of thing. Yeah, I'm good there. I could also save myself a little bit of height by taking out some of these, right? Yeah. The same thing on the other side. Yeah, trying to make this fit in here is going to be tough. I mean, that's going to work. That'll get me what I want, but... And what's the timing like for this? Let's see if we can get it quicker. Let's bring down... That's 3 ticks. Seems to have worked. Let's have 2 ticks. Right there. Oh, that's pretty quick. But it works. It works. I don't think 1 tick is going to be enough, though. Really? Okay. Now, just by having this going directly into here, but this having a single repeater between them, there'll be a little bit delay here. It's just, there'll be a 1 tick delay. Will it be enough? Probably not. Yeah, it's not enough. Okay. All right, but that's fine. It's still pretty fast. So we do need at least that much. So that's the minimum setting. Okay. Right. All right, so now the thing is, how do we carry this signal across? All right, here's a thought. Oh man, I can't do that. I was going to lower that down, but I can't. No, let me do that. Let's just do this. We'll do that. And then we'll bring these over here. Like that. Okay. Back to where we were. So I'm wondering here. Let me see. How to bridge this across here. And now it's not quite as simple as I mean it might be, but bringing some redstone up and over like this, this will send a signal down to here. It'll send it across over here and trigger that. This one might open a little bit after that one, depending on... Yeah, it could. It could. But then at the same time, here's where the trick is. When I want this to close, this order has to be reversed, right? Because we have this one firing and then that one firing. When we want it to close, we need that one to fire and then this one to fire to close it. And that's tricky. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. But you know what would be an easier solution than that? It's not quite as cool looking, and we could do this kind of configuration, right? Where we could reverse this. Right, where we could put the dispensers to the outer edge. Like that. All right, this kind of causes its own problems, but you can see now, I think you guys can see what how I'm thinking about this. It'll just retract these and they'll shoot out the sides, and I should not need the double action. Like this, right? And so it'll pull it out. The problem is now it's going to shoot the arrows right along the edges. I mean, maybe some of the arrows will hit, but... I mean, that solves some problems, but it's not as cool. Right down the middle would be awesome. And here, you know, this is where we're running out of room for redstone here, all right? So what I would wind up doing here, right? And it probably doesn't have to be on this level, but we would... We'll temporarily take that out of there. And then same thing over here, like that. And so you guys can see where this will reach out and grab that, right? And we could have that work in several different ways. Again, if I add a target block in there, it's going to add some delay to it. But you could see where it would grab those out of the way, and then those would fire, right? And it would be a one step action instead of a two-step action. But then we're firing from the sides, and you can see, like this, and then just running right down the middle. I don't think anybody will really get hit with anything. One of the things I was thinking of is somehow having the arrows come out of the sides here would be kind of funny. But honestly, I'm not really sure the baby zombies would get hit. I think... Let me see. Let me check something. It says baby zombies are 1 block tall. So, exactly. So you can see... the baby zombies are right here. Well, actually, they're not even... Okay. What's going to happen is... Wow. Really? Like this, right? It's going to go from the center of that block, so they'll be right over their heads. Yeah. You know one thing? Wow. This may not do this. Hold on. This may not do this, but let's try it. Because I think it'll just push the item up through, but it won't launch it up through. Come on. Come on. Hands. Please. Just let me do it. There we go. Wow. Such a struggle. All right, so... I don't know if it'll fire them up through the slabs or not. Like, I think it'll just push the items through the slab. So... and we don't need a whole bunch in there just to test it. Yeah, maybe 3 would be fine, like that. We could do this. Do I have one of these? Yes, I think I do. We do this. Yeah, see, it doesn't quite come up through. It kind of looked like it did, though, huh? Let's get a... no block on there for testing. Now, the thing is, does it give me the effects or not? I don't think so. Oh, I need more in there. Yeah, it just goes into my inventory. Yeah. That would have been a cool thing with which to disguise this, right? Just having them come up through the floor. And I think also I don't, you know what? If they're here, I don't think that they can shoot through this way either. Hawk. But sometimes you just got to try to find out, right? I mean, yeah, it's just blocking it. Okay, well, at least now we know, right? So I think it's back to the drawing board this way. And then it's just working out how to space the circuitry in the right kind of way, which, wow, it's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. Let me see. This will retract that this way. And then this will retract it this way, so that has to be there, right? Yes. I'm trying to think of this timing-wise, how to bring this over. Oh, hold on. I don't think I have this correct. This will pull this out this way. This will put this. Yeah, this is in the wrong spot. There we go. Okay. I think that's how I need it to go, right? No, this has to pull that back first. Yeah, that's what has to happen. So this has to pull it back first, and then that has to reach out there. That's how I had it. Like that. Yeah, that's how I had it before. I'm also thinking, can I move the dispensers back? Will it help me with that? Probably not. So I originally had that. Doing that kind of a thing. With my target blocks right here. But again, you know, the problem is that this has to... Well, you know what a good thing is, though? Is I think when these fire, these can fire. So if I had an observer looking at this piston here, kind of like doing that, The moment it pulls that block out of the way, then this one goes. This sees it and triggers that somehow. Maybe like that. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Because I was thinking maybe I could do something like... Maybe something like this. But see, the problem with this is that has to drop down from the top. Oh, well, no, it could slide, though. It could do something like this and slide over. That's not bad. The thing is, though, reversing this afterwards is going to be hard. And that is not going to be easy to do. Come on, hands, please. If I could get away with putting a blob of redstone on there, it might be able to trigger that. Maybe. Redstone dust. Maybe. If not, maybe I could use another target block, but... Yeah, see, because it's just a blob. So it might work. So let's see if we can get one side to function. Of course, the moment I do that... Okay, so I have a... So what's happening now? This is seeing this. So we're bleeding power somewhere. Is it not pulling that back in time? There it is. All right, let's see what's happening. This feeds this into here. It's just one blip to pull that over. It's one blip to pull this in. This sees that pull in. Fires this. It sees this. It should push this into place and back, but Maybe it's not fast enough. Yeah, this went completely mental. All right, so it gets that, and it opens it up. You know what? I think it sees that block. Well, no, because it's this air block, so it doesn't see this update. Right? All right. So I'm thinking, what if it does that and it just reads the repeater? It doesn't get the delay, though. It kind of loses the point of the delay. Because if we use, like, let's use some color glass. Like, if we do, let's do some red glass, like, really, Thunder. Let's do some red glass like that. And then some clear glass like that. Just so we can see through what's happening, right? Let me see. It'll pull that. It'll pull this. It's got a 1 tick delay on it. Did nothing happen here? There it is. All right, so it did that. It's one motion. But you know what? I think we're getting double action with the observer on top of that again. Yeah, I think we're getting double action with the observer on top of that. And I don't think... Well, I think I could have any block on top of this. But the moment I do... the redstone that I want to come over here to fire this will fire this again. And I think that's what was happening. I'm pretty sure. So reading this piston is probably not a good idea. All right, so... No. One of the things that could happen that might be a little easier. I was just thinking of trying to make more room. But... we could, we could carry this across, right? I mean, it's a really clunky way to do it, but... I mean, that would take care of all of this. I was just hoping there would be a faster way, because otherwise we're going to get this one opens, and then this one opens, and I would rather have them open together. So that's why I'm thinking I have to separate this circuit from this circuit, because feeding it in from the side here is going to cause problems. If there's a way we could feed it from the middle, though. Right, and this thing we can always do. You know what? You know what might work? There's going to be a little bit of a delay, though. But it might be enough. And I mean, God, it's an awful lot of observers. And I'm thinking, we'll have a pulse clock on there, right? That's... So I'm thinking here, and then here, like this. And then we can just... That'll engage that part. The only thing is, how am I going to grab this part over here? Because ok. That's better. Okay. Now, is this necessary? I think what's going to happen here is we're going to get fed that doubly, right? This back part may not be necessary, but it depends on whether this can send the signal across there, there, and there. And I'm not sure it can. I mean, can a target block distribute 3 different ways? And actually, okay, you'll have a feed on one side and you'll have 3 outputs. It does it. I mean, it might save us some space. You're kidding me, right? Look. So this should pump out a signal here, here, and here. Okay, so it should do that. And again, if this is too quick, maybe I can deploy a repeater somehow. But the thing is, how am I going to get the other side, right? Let's see what happens. Oh, really? Okay, let's double check this. We're okay here. We'll put that there. That'll read the water. We'll send this over here. This will see this. Distribute out this way. This will grab that first, push that over, and then maybe grab that secondarily. All right, let's see what happens. I think it works. I think it works. How am I doing for time? I've got 14 minutes left of the stream. Now that side's not going to fire yet. And we have no way to track these yet, but this should do its thing. Should being the key word. All right, let's see what happens. That's not bad. That is really fast. And of course, once the player is here, they should be out of range, but this is good. And look, some of them are even drifting over to the sides, which I like. So when we get the other one on the other side, they should scatter out, and we should get some falling in the other axis too. I like that. I like that a lot. And I think you guys can see. So let's try something like this. All right, this is good. Those little so-and-sos can fit underneath there, can't they? There, that's what I need. Can I just... I think I can. You know, sometimes this is weird, the way this works. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think I can do something like this. Can they fit under that? I don't think they can go under gates, but we're about to find out. Baby zombie. All right, so I want to make sure I have enough trackway around the corner so we can get out, and they can get out too. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. I mean, we have this silliness here, but we'll remove those. And then, can they get out of here? They should be able to, like, scooch right under there. Oh, let's see what happens. Either way, we can do that. Yeah, I don't think they could get out of there. Okay. All right, let's try this. And it doesn't look like they can fit under those gates either. Yeah, I guess it considers that a half a block. Okay, understood. Let's try this. Oh, look at this. They're quite cross with me, everyone. Oh, God. Oh, button. Oh, did I not put any arrows in there? Did I shoot them all? Okay. Let's load some. That was a little anti. Let's put some arrows in there, shall we? Yeah. Let's put some arrows in there. Let us arm the system. Okay, fellas. Look, we'll use what baby zombies we have here. Let's see if I can get them back in here. Yeah, hi guys, it's me. Yeah, back this way. There you go. There you go. Okay, all right. So we still have some dudes left here. That should be plenty. All right, so I'm going to do this. And we need to pull that out of the way, at least for now. And let me see. I could do that. We need to put arrows in. We need to reset this. Like that. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was just trying to think of redstone there. I got distracted. Let's do this. Really? Thunder. And what am I trying to do? I need that. I need health because I want to live and I want them to die. You hear that story? Die. Oh. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, that should get us to what we want to do. And then we should be close to wrapping up the stream after that. Okay, this should work this time. Now, it's only going to come out of one of these, so... Why, hey there, fellas. yeah, I'm right here. I wonder if I could juke these guys or not. Look, it's me. Yeah, here they come. Okay, that's better. Okay. But I like how fast that action happens. That's what I'm interested in. That happens quick, and there are some things that we did to make sure that happened much quicker. The observers and the rails really help that out. Are they all dead? Maybe when I left the chunks, they despawned, right? Because I just moved over. If I got further away and they despawned, I think that's what happened. Oh, that's right. I did put some arrows right in here, huh? Yeah. I'm thinking what would be even funnier is if it just dumped, it just sprayed all the air. And there is a way to do that. I'm pretty sure. I've just forgotten what it is. So maybe I'll look that up off stream. But we've got the first part into place. What I'm thinking here is I can do something like... No. Not something like that. I'm thinking I can hit this from above. The thing is, I don't think rails power things that are under them. We can check that quickly. Time we have remaining. Well, my hands are really messed up. Let's do lamp like this. Like this. Yeah, that's fine. Like that. Yeah, see, the good thing about rails is they don't power what's beneath them. So if I run some rails right across the top of this thing, I don't think that it's going to power them. And so here's what I'm thinking space-wise to bridge that gap. Since the rails are the fastest, there might be a very, very slight delay, but I'm wondering if I can get away with doing something like... No, not like that, but like this. And you know what? Well, I guess it's not going to matter. Yeah, I know. This is a giant mess now. It'll be fine. It's going to be fine. Let's do that like this. So I'm wondering if we can just run the rails right across the tops. See, I could get rid of that. And I could just bring the rail right across the top like that. And then I can activate the rail right across from here and... Or maybe bring the rail right across the tops of these. I think that's more of what I'm trying to do there. Like... You know, if I have a blob of redstone dust instead of a target block, that might also work. But I don't know if... I mean, it should. Yeah, see how it's aligned? And if I right-click on it, it doesn't give me a blob, right? It just gives me a line. And that might be because of the repeater. Like if the repeater weren't here, then I would get what I need. But I need the repeater for the delay. Maybe... dang. Because what I was thinking is I could bring the height of this down. Not quite. I needed to go work the exact opposite. Yeah, so I'm thinking of something like that. But I don't think having a block here is enough to make the kind of delay that we need. Because if I could do something like... darn. It's still a little too much. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking... I'm just wondering if there's a way I could run the rails right across the top there, but somehow get the power to... Oh, I keep forgetting. It's simply that. And it's simply that. But see, in order to do that, I'm going to need... You know, I'm so close to this. But it looks like I'm out of time. So... I'm like so close to this. I'm so close to this right now. It's just some spatial thinking here, right? Of pushing the stuff around until I get it in their right locations. It's really close. I mean, that's already pretty darn compact. I just need an efficient way to carry the signal across both of these. I think I might have it. Again, I want to use the rails to carry the signal across because it's faster, right? So, and I think I'll get a near instantaneous kind of burst. So it could be a matter of doing something like... this is going to be kind of silly. I think... But you know what? Sometimes you got to do some silly stuff. And I know I'm over time here a little bit, but I want to try this out. I mean, if I'm doing this, I'm powering the block anyway, but that is the idea. I'm just thinking that having these facing up and then the rails running across the top, like, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's so close, you know? Right? So doing something like that and then something like... something like this. And then just raising the rail up here and having a relay that comes across to there. That could do it. Like, just so we can see what we're doing. Not for insulation purposes, because we already know that the rails don't power things below them. Right, so if I did that, and then I'm thinking... like this. And then... well, that could do that. Yeah, let's just leave those out for right now. And then, I mean, for now, the easiest thing to do, I mean, we could probably bring that line in a little bit closer because they're rails. They won't power anything next to them. So we could reconfigure that. But just to test it, right, we could do... keep forgetting. Thunder, please. There we go. And you could do this kind of a thing, right? Now, there's probably some superfluousness in there that can be straightened out a little bit later. Yeah, see, that works. That's nice. That'll do what we want it to do. And then if we put our arrows in there, like that. So we've got a couple of things to do. We need to arm this like this. Let's put this in here and here for now, like that. I mean, that's pretty compact, right? I mean, that's not that bad. It still hasn't even broken outside the wall. But the trick is going to be reversing this to close it. That's not gonna be easy. Hey. Do the thing, please. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this and pose for my thumbnail at the same time. Oh, we do need multiples of these. I forgot. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get a decent thumbnail out of this one. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Here they come like this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Almost. Almost. Okay. I think I'm going to give that one more go. Because I think I could have gotten a decent thumbnail out of that. And if I could give myself some sort of... I don't want to give myself armor, but that was really cool. That was super cool. I do like that. Let's go rearm this. And let's give it one more go. Like that. But this did its thing. There we go. I think part of it also could be if I was able to trigger this from back there, that would also help. But I think I've determined that these guys cannot go under the gate. So if I could just trigger that from here, lure them round, stand in place like this, hit that, and then F5, I should be good. That's a lot of ifs. I'll tell you what, they probably won't wander that much through here. Famous last words, but we'll see. Like this. Yeah, they might not wander that much. Well, let's see. Then maybe I can hit this. I can like do this, go into survival. I can hit this. I can F5 like that. And then back. Thunder. That's really hard. So I think you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to do. If I could just get that camera shot of the arrows flying with the baby zombies and stuff, that would be funny. The things I do to try to make a video. I think I forgot to arm the arrows, right? Like this. Yeah, and then these guys probably despawn, which is a good thing. Zombie. There's Nebula. And Thunder dies in F5 mode. Oof, you're already at 2 hours, and I just saw you were live. My bad. Don't. No worries. No worries. Welcome on in for the overtime for the stream. It probably means I'm not going to. I'm just trying to get myself a really goofy looking thumbnail, but I'm probably not going to be able to do it. But going overtime here means I'm probably not going to have time to raid out. I don't know if that's going to show or not. But I think that's all I can really do. I don't think I'm going to get a decent thumbnail out of there. So let me try that. Yeah, let's get out of F5. That's actually hard to coordinate. You guys are a lot more coordinated than I am. That's really difficult for me to pull off. I mean, I could also. That's not quite as funny. Oh, yeah. See, the healing effect wears off on them, right? So, I don't know. Yeah, they're all starting to dissipate. We could try. I mean, it would be fun to get the baby zombies in there as well, but. There is something like this. That looks somewhat ridiculous as well. Let me see. Hope you got it. If the pick wasn't good, you can pull it from the VOD. Well, that's the idea, right? I'm just trying to pose for my thumbnail here. So, all right, let's log on out of here. But we did build we have the beginnings of a really decent circuit there. So, just goes to show though, redstone can be hard. Or slow. It's really not hard. It's just slow, right? Trying to get everything compact. So we have the initial stage of that. There's two things that need to happen now. Now we need a clock, right? So when that initiates, it'll start. And we'll probably just use a comparator clock because it doesn't have to run for a very long time. We'll make a comparator clock, and then when the signal bops out of that comparator clock, and we can use like a comparator in subtract mode or something like that. Then it needs to engage the system and then reverse it, and that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to do with redstone. It does. I need to be here. It's not starting soon. It's ending now. All right. I don't think I'm going to raid out today. I went overtime with my stream and excuse me. And I'm gonna have to, but Lone Star is, excuse me, the air's super dry here today. Lone Star's on right now. Yeah, you know what? I got to raid out to Lone. he's playing Fallout 4. Groovy. And there it is. You can see our. First of all, if you guys haven't checked out Nebula, you can see the auto shutout if you scroll back a little bit when she logged on. Remember that we have the Buffooncraft stream, the launch of season 6, Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. A number of us buffoons are going to be doing rolling streams, trying to. Some of us will be streaming at the same time, but the point is you'll catch some of us on there. So Sunday, season 6, Nebula is going to be there. I'm going to be there. All of your favorite buffoons will be there, and we'll be having, engaging in the standard buffoonery. So please don't miss that. That's going to be super, super cool. And you guys can see where Nebula has put up the raid message there in the chat. If you would like to join us, and I highly encourage that you do, encourage you to, you can cut and paste that into the chat. We're going to go raid Lone Star. Let me set that up. And that raid is counting down. Family friendly viewers, just be reminded that the that Lone Star's stream is rated mature. There's some language and some stuff in there. But he's a super cool dude, fellow buffoon. He's streaming Fallout 4 right now, and we have a lot of shared community. You guys will see people in there that you know. So, but just heads up for that. Just remember, everybody, that normally in this time slot, Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m., we're streaming Buffooncraft, and after Sunday, we'll resume streaming Buffooncraft in this time slot. So our next stream, of course, will be Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be the Buffooncraft Season 6 launch. And after that, if Kachi feels up to that, between 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll also do Kachi time on the same day. Depends on whether or not he feels up to it, so we'll see. The stream after that will be Wednesday. That will be from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that will be Generations. And since this was Baby Zombie Rush, that will be the Generation 5 Survival World. We'll be back on there. Okay, with that being said, let us raid out to Lone Star. Thank you so much for showing up. Nebs, thanks for dropping by. And we'll see everybody next time. Raiding out to Lone Star now. Bye for now, everyone.